Welcome to my wild home. Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
Howdy. How are you guys tonight? Alice. Yeah, would you be on a remote island? We want to welcome you all. First of all, we want to thank our moderators for taking your time to keep us safe. That's always an hour out of, they can.
Okay, good.
An hour out of your week, and that's big. So thank you so much for spending it with us, because we sure look forward to this time.
This is our favorite time of the week.
This is our favorite time of the week, for sure, of the weekdays. Yeah, we like our Saturdays too. So Cindy from sunny South Florida, hello. You were in here a little bit.
That's correct.
Oh, you were in here 9 minutes early. Way to go. And there's Nadia Fidel. That is the one of the girls. Nadia, was it Micah that you taught? I think it was. It seems to me. I always just say that you were one of the girls' teachers, but I just got to come clean. I think it was Micah. So from Monticello, Florida, I'm always going to say it right now.
I always thought it was Monticello.
Well, something is Monticello, right? But I think the one in Florida is Monticello.
Okay.
Oh, no, you got a nail in your tire. Oh, dear. Thank you for listening. Hello, Rosemary. How are you tonight? Where is Gary? I'm sure he's on his device as well, yes?
Go ahead. Never mind.
Yes?
No, never mind.
So.
Okay, now.
Hey there, Tom, Grumpy TV 12. How are you doing tonight? Thanks for coming in. You always make us smile. Charles Anderson, you too. Big howdy from East Texas to all the hometown runarounds. Really liked Addison's song in the last episode, Ryan and Melody. The only way I could give up my life in the country is for an island. No, it sounds like you have a beautiful, beautiful life as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's Gary right there. It's time for live with Melody and Ryan.
Yeah.
With Melody and Ryan. Yeah. Hi there. Hey, Jane Johnston. So nice to see you tonight, coming in from London, Ontario. Always happy to see you. And Dale, you've been on my mind this week. And thank you for taking the time to come in. You're in our prayers, and Worth is in our prayers.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. We love you. There's True Blue Aussie Lisa from Australia. Hi, y'all. Hey, good eye, mate. How are you doing? Melbourne, Australia in the house. Another homie in the house. And there's another Aussie. Howdy, Melody, Ryan, and homies, everyone. Yeah, we are all well. We've got Paula coming in from the UK. Hello there, sweet Paula. How are you? And hey to Addison. We're going to bring Addison up in just a moment. I mean, are you guys here to see Addison? Come on. Come on. You're making us look bad. No, teasing. TLCB, hello. Hugs to you. I'm so glad you're in tonight. You had such a lovely comment this week as well. Sorry about the flat tire. Was it flat only on the one side? We're getting so many jokesters in the house all the time, hey, that I love coming in just to see your jokes. No peeping for certain watchers. There's a nice screen up. Oh, can you see him? No.
He's talking about Jennifer Ocean.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Where is Jennifer Ocean? I don't see her here tonight. Hi, Arlene. Welcome in. And hello, Ruby. Welcome to you tonight. Thanks for coming in. Yes. Sweet Anne. Bob Bennett coming in from Central Florida. Just checking in. Thank you for coming. We always love you guys coming in. All the friends saying hello. And there's a homely homie. That's Jay Hart. I love you all. You too. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do now is Addison. Addison.
Hey, Ad.
Hey, Ad. Welcome in tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me. I saw
so
someone.
Are you going to sing? Everybody wants to know.
Gary was wondering if I could sing. I had not planned on it, but you never know. Sometimes you have to go by this, just spontaneity sometimes, right? So
yeah, no, you might just erupt in song at any moment. That's for sure. There's Tian in there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good evening.
and
Good evening, everyone.
There's Tony coming in from Mount Rainier. Wow.
Is that
quaking?
Wow.
Is it quaking? Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Oh,
We had one of those in Washington State a while ago, right? I remember where I was when Mount St. Helens erupted. I was at a junior camp. I think I was about maybe 12 or something. And we heard it. We were in the Fraser Valley in Hope, BC, and we actually heard Mount St. Helens erupt. It was because of the shock waves. It took a few minutes, but we heard it. Yes? It's my favorite time of week too. People saying hello to Addison. So I may not answer everybody for just a few minutes because we're going to have a visit with Addison here. And Addison, of course, the big question of the day is, who are you?
It's an important question, a pivotal question. First of all, I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation. I know we've been talking. I know you mentioned this to me, I think even a year ago when I was up at the island. But considering the timing with the last episode being released, I thought, why not, right?
Yeah, why not come in?
But my name is Addison. For those who don't know, my name actually has a biblical etymology. And now you kind of hear it in more of a unisex term. But when I was in 1998, when I was born, and my parents did a wonderful job at picking my name.
But you were actually born in 98, though.
1998. Oh, 88. Wow. That would make me 37. But my name has a biblical etymology, which I did not realize until maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. But it means son of Adam. So anyway.
Well, you are a son of Adam.
It does.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And it resonates with me so much because as some of you already know through my music and whatnot, faith is a big part of who I am. It is the foundation. It is the spine, no pun intended.
Oh, being a chiropractor.
Yeah. So hello, rushing wind. I'm seeing the comments, which is great.
Okay, good. So Ad, you can answer some of them if you see something on here. True Blue Aussie says she's just finished 12 servings and meals of spaghetti. Oh.
You must be full.
Wow.
I mean, I've had seconds before, but 12?
People are saying hello.
Hello, Cindy from sunny South Florida. Well, I am from sunny North Texas.
Sunny North Texas. What's the weather like there right now?
It has been we've had quite a bit of rain with just the extreme temperatures and whatnot. You sometimes get like these crazy storms and these incredible lightning, the best thunderstorms I've ever seen. Absolutely. But yeah, it's like a high of 95 on good days. And then you get some of this fluctuation in the weather and whatnot. So
yeah. Okay.
Are we back?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So we froze for a bit, didn't we?
Just a moment of pause.
Yeah. Just a moment of pause. So you came out here last summer. When we first bought this island, I think my only regret at the time was that you and your siblings weren't here to share that with us. But now that you've come here, what do you think? What was your first impression when we rounded the bend?
Well, first of all, I don't know if it was just because of the flight or I was coming from Texas. So I think I had a layover in Seattle and then they took me up to Vancouver. I was a little tuckered out, but when we so after that 4 or 5 hour drive, you get to the island, you roll up there to the dock or to the, how do I say?
Boat launch. Yeah.
The boat launch. Thank you. Yeah. And I remember getting onto the barge and I was like in the front. And so you had a really nice view of everything and you start, rolling along out there and you come around the bend and that beautiful view of course, the island, Bird Island off to the side, there in the distance. Glorious, really, to put it mildly. Yeah.
Yeah. So Paula says that she listened to one of your songs on the YouTube channel. It was so beautiful, both the song and your voice. So I have to tell you guys something about these boys of mine. I just watched a video, I think it was yesterday, where I didn't even know they could sing.
Oh, yeah.
Like they would sing in our little, our weekly little church classes, but they never sang up front. My family did, my daughters, I did my whole life with my sister. but I never knew that these little boys could sing. And he's an identical twin. And so he's got a brother from the same mother.
Yeah.
And it was not until I was sent a video when they were out doing a tour for a church feature that we had going across, right? Yep. And I saw these boys singing in a quartet with two guys, and there they were. I mean, that was the first time that I ever actually got to see them sing. And then from then on, it just went. Good news. Yeah, it just went on. Yeah, and it's been a blessing.
Wow. So. That's true. I actually forgot about that. But that was one of the first times. And thanks to Corey and Praise, and I don't know if they'll be watching this. I should have sent Praise the link. I just saw them last summer. But they were actually quite pivotal. This was even before my time at the Music Boarding Academy in Canada. You may have heard of it, Fountain View Academy. This was like a few years before that. So I think that really was one, because I was super shy. I was just really, I'm still quite introverted, to be fair. But back then it was, it took a lot of maneuvering to get into that position and put yourself out there. But amazing how, frankly, it's amazing how destiny works, or, you begin to shape a legacy that you never thought was possible. So
so much fun. You get so much joy. I mean, this man that we're talking to is such a good guy, and he spends a lot of his time singing, and he's got his whole setup. And so now we've had so many people ask about Opal's song, the perfect song for Opal. And it really was. And she just makes me laugh. I saw some footage today of our episode tomorrow that made me laugh. But how did that work, Ad? Because people want to know how that came about. Yeah.
Well, Opal's song was, I've always had, and I would say this, music and songwriting, the songwriting part of it anyway, has never been intuitive for me. It's always been a struggle. I've always had ideas and I've had melodies in my head, but in order to get it on paper or to get it into kind of a tangible form was always a challenge. So just in light of kind of the times we're living in and talking with different people, friends, other family, people in church, just hearing their experiences, it really got my creative juices flowing. And I thought, what's a way that I can kind of help aid this process? Because my heart posture towards music is very favorable. I love music. Even at this point, I'm kind of an emerging songwriter. But all that comes from, a good place. But I have found, in light of the times we live in, there has been technological advances that have really helped, I think, get some of those creative juices flowing. So that's kind of what happened with this song. Is the original lyrics, they came from me. Much of the song and the idea, what I wanted to hear from it, that was all my original idea. And then kind of on the side, I had a little bit of an assistance from a nudge, a big nudge from some of this incredible artificial intelligence. And certainly I have to keep that in check, but it's been a tremendous tool, and I've had a lot of time with it. And to be honest, I've come up with a lot of song ideas that I would never publish, to be fair. It's kind of like, it is sort of the digital version of, you picture people writing songs, on parchment or, on pieces of paper. And usually most of those, they come up with one idea and they scratch that, they throw it away, then it's another and another. And so that's kind of how it's been for me in sort of a digital format. And anyway, very creative, I'll put it that way.
Well, it's a wonderful medium for you to, it helps you express yourself, which is terrific.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you came up with a couple of songs for us. So what he does is he comes up with the lyrics, and then AI puts it into now, what about the voice? People wanted to know if that was your voice or not.
Yes. So full disclosure, that is not my voice. However, I have done a couple double takes a few times where that's come back to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like that, that does kind of actually, I could see in a world where I record that on my own time with my own voice. And I actually have a couple of rough recordings with some of the original songs, including on my Spotify account. There's a few songs that I have done rough recordings with my voice singing to that accompaniment, because I found a way to even separate the tracks and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love it, and we'll see where it goes. But
It's such a hobby. I mean, it's so
it's a
much
great
fun,
hobby.
right?
Yeah, it's so much fun, and it really gives me different ideas. And full disclosure, again, August 1st, 2025, my very first country album is going to drop on Spotify. And it's
Wow.
yeah, it's called Sunset Glow, and it is a go. It's a green light. It's all original music with a caveat to it, but it's
with the AI assistance.
it's amazing. What we live in really interesting times, and so you can channel. It's amazing, this technological these advances that we're seeing. You channel them in a way that can be productive and something that people enjoy and that inspires other people. I find that extremely advantageous. So yeah.
Right. And I know that a lot of the channels that we listen to use the AI assistants to do their theme songs. And it's so good because it picks it up and it's like so genuine. Like
it's incredible.
Right input, right? Yeah.
I will say it took to get Opal's song to a point where I felt comfortable, and where because it always had to resonate. Before I release a song, it has to resonate with me first in some form or fashion, whether it's the way it sounds or the story behind it, or there's some nostalgia, some nostalgic flair to it. And so I've actually had to I worked a lot on Opal's song.
I know.
I'm so grateful, and I'm glad that I'm really, I feel very blessed to know that people are enjoying it, and that it seems to be a winner for Wild Holm. So I'm glad.
Hey, yeah. I don't want to miss this comment from Charles Anderson about the weather and San Antonio. My goodness, the Guadalupe River with what was such an unspeakable tragedy, and we are just so sad for all of the Texans that experienced a terrible loss.
Devastating.
Devastating. So we're so sorry, and I didn't want to go by that without saying something. Paula wanted to know what took you to Texas.
Great question, Paula. Mainly it was, so I came down to Texas in 2021, and it was for the purpose of going to chiropractic school. And since that time, I just graduated from school in April with my Doctor of Chiropractic degree. I did a small victory lap overseas.
Yeah, nice way to put it.
yeah. And then as soon as I came back, it's almost like you've entered into a new chapter. And with that has come a series of obstacles. I will say this, and in life is not linear. There are many different paths to success and paths to excellence. And sometimes you have to whip out plan B or plan C. But try to keep a smile on my face. I'm so grateful for what I've learned. My last place, and I should, I'll let, if there's some comments to respond to, we can do that too. But at my last internship, which was such a blessing, we were sometimes treating up to 50 patients a day. And so that's like another level of intensity, but you learn so much. You learn on the fly. And so I just count it a great blessing to be at this stage, and no matter what is to come. And certainly in life, you go through what I call crucible moments, and this time is certainly no different.
Yeah. So, and everything will come together. I mean, it's a challenge when you are when you're from one country and you get schooled in another, and so sometimes issues come up because of that, visa issues, that type of thing. Derek Carter, thank you so much. It's very kind of you to say. It's been a bit of a warm day here today, so I thought I was looking like a bit haggard, but thank you so much.
No, the haggard is my job.
No. So sweet to have Addison here live. That's from Cindy Rice too. And then we've got Mona did what? And so good to see Mona. We've got Cindy Rice says that she shared the Old Rugged Cross with her 93-year-old mother on her birthday, and it brought tears to her eyes. Your song ad.
Thank you. Oh, well, praise God. And thank you, Cindy. That's really, I am just so glad that you got to share that with her. That's special.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. Yeah. My mom adored these boys. So she made no qualms about favoring boys over girls. And she always, always did. So these boys could do no wrong. And they were so naughty. It was unbelievable for like how many years? 5 until 5. They were very, very naughty. We've talked about that before. I was worried. There was one day I thought, what on earth am I going to do? But then they turned 5, and that face that you see right there, it's been that way ever since. But before then, oh man, Addison, do you remember going to see the Queen and your brother refusing to even look at her?
Yeah, well, I certainly didn't take advantage of that opportunity, that's for sure. But thankfully, I got another chance at it in May, at the end of May, or no, it was at the end of April. I got to see the whole royal family all at once. So that was
share that little tidbit.
That was,
Actually,
that was 23 years in the making.
No kidding.
After I kind of missed my chance with the Queen, I was like, I got to redeem myself here, right? But that was amazing. And, I wish my sister was here to talk about it, because it was it was like the luck of a draw. It's like picking a needle from a haystack. The way that it all played out, we just happened to be on the right end of the sidewalk at the right time. And we happened to be a few feet away from the first area that they opened up, because they kind of, during the parade, they kept everybody off the sidewalks there near, I think it's St. James Park there in London, near Buckingham Palace. And lo and behold, we happened to be just at the right place at the right time. They open up the gates, or the blockade. And before we knew it, Ferris and I are standing like literally in inches. We were walking behind these constables, these police officers, and people are like clapping. They're like waving at us. Like, we're with kind of a group of people, but you felt like you're almost like low key royalty as you're kind of making your way up to the, And lo and behold, we looked at each other, and I thought, I think we're going to go right to the gate. Like, we're going to be right up there, right at the front, Buckingham Palace. And this was for the 80th anniversary of victory in Europe. So this was a big moment. And I love World War II history. So being there for this event with the flyovers, with the different aircrafts, and then just top it off with saving God Save the King. That was really special. That was a once in a lifetime, and we didn't really even plan for it. So
I know, cool. It was just one of those gifts, eh?
But full disclosure, I was able to kind of make up my missed opportunity at 4 years old. So
oh my goodness. So Ferris, the one that you've seen on these last couple episodes, she lives in London, and Addison went to Europe, and the two of them just always have so much fun together. Hey, tootling all over the place. And even though they are very far apart in the age, isn't Ferris 14 years older than you?
Let's see. Depending on the time of the year, but about that. Yeah.
So 14, and then Mike is 12. And then to have these baby boys, everybody was so delighted by these little treasures that we got. But the oldest boy and the oldest girl are very close, aren't you?
Yeah. We're like kindred spirits, I would put it. We have a lot of similar interests. And when we travel, we've done quite a few little excursions over the years. Yeah. And anyway, I love visiting there, being there. I think one day I would love to, as a Canadian, you're eligible for what they call a youth mobility visa, which is what my sister did. That was how she first got to the UK. And so down the road, if that's, in the cards, I would love to do something like that. It won't be right away, but, give it a few years. And
so Paula, be expecting this guy to come knocking on your door to say hello.
So Paula is from England.
Well, she's from the UK, and you know what? She comes on here, and it's like 2:24 in the morning right now, and she is on our live stream.
Okay, that's commitment.
That's commitment. Isn't that sweet though?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Jay Hart. Thank you for watching. That's so sweet of you.
Yeah.
It's dry in Indiana, praying for rain. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark Johansson, look at that. Philippines calling. He's the late night caller.
He's the early morning caller now.
He's the early morning caller.
Wow. Yeah.
And Paula said, it's great you're being creative in your songwriting. The song about Opal was amazing. and so perfect with the words and the melody.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you.
Bush
Yeah.
Edge Homesteading. Good eye. Melody, Ryan, Holmes, and Addison. And I also want to say, I don't want to miss anybody, but because I'm visiting, I've kind of gone by, and I wanted to say hi to Jesse and Lisa as well. And there's Jerry and Susan from Butler Family Farm. I hope I'm not missing people, and I'm sorry if I am at all. Jesse just said, I'm surprised it's not called the Canadian Twang. Your country album, yeah.
Oh, that's, hey, well, that gives me a thought, though. Thank you for that.
That's a good one, hey? Beth
song?
from BNS Odyssey, her daughter is a massage therapist in Fort Worth, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that could be. That FW, yeah.
Oh, Paula says that I'm good at translating the messages when they're set wrong. Oh, thank you. Nice to meet your son. Well, thank you. I'm so excited
nice to meet
that you
you
guys
too,
have
Mona.
all gotten to meet him. Yeah, he's this precious, precious guy. Let me see here. Hope Addison comes on more often. Hey, Ad, did you hear that?
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that.
My boys always told the truth. They always told the truth because they knew that if they told the truth, they wouldn't get in trouble.
Get
And
out of
so,
jail free card.
yeah, so they had no trouble. They had no problem telling the truth because what was ever going to happen to them, right? But they were so adorable. I mean, and I'm not just saying this because I'm their mom. I'm not, because I'm quite happy to say about even myself, like, oh my word, I look horrible today. Or my daughters and I, we used to get up and we'd look at each other and go, oh my word, you look horrible. No problems at all. We've always done that. But these guys were so incredibly beautiful that people used to think they were girls.
I remember.
Yeah. Oh, she smiled at me. And I'd say, no,
so
actually, they're boys. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, with my vocal range and being a bass, I'd be a really ugly woman. I'll just say it that way. You know?
Gary loves the old rugged cross, he said.
Yeah.
Hi, Jackie Saylor. Nice to see you. And there's Chanda Childers. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in tonight. Corliss Nelson, did you know Eric Schumacher? Oh, really? Did you know Eric Schumacher, honey?
Eric Schumacher. You know, the last name is familiar. I'd be curious to know when he graduated or when he was there, because I just finished this year. But Schumacher, very familiar name. Yeah.
Or I
think he might have been referred.
Was it Fountain View?
Fountain View, yeah.
Or at Harvard University?
Oh, okay. At Fountain View. I am not. If it's Fountain View, then no Schumacher I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I have met a Schumacher at Parker, where I went to school for.
Oh, you have? Okay, interesting. Yeah. So Addison, Charles Anderson says, if you love World War II history, you must put the museum in New Orleans on your bucket list.
Oh, Charles, I've heard great things about that. And yes, I agree 100%. That is a given. Yeah, it's on the bucket list.
Do you remember our trip to Washington, D.C.?
Yes, that was a great, that was like,
so great.
It's amazing. I think that 6 years have gone by since then, but I still remember it very much. And in particular, when we met, what was his name? Big Dookie was his nickname.
Big Dookie was one of the Capitol Hill Police.
Yeah.
And he was so great. And he really took us under his wing for some reason.
Yeah.
And we got to go places that nobody else got to go.
Yeah, that was cool. I got that picture, and I wish I should have sent it to you to show the live stream. But that one where I'm standing, I think in the press room for the House, the U.S. House of Representatives. Yeah. All I was missing was a suit and tie, but other than that, it looked pretty legit.
No, you looked like you belonged.
You look very presidential
in Washington.
Yeah, thank you. Sure. Thank you. Yeah.
Jay Hart says he was born during World War II. He just doesn't remember much about it. What are you going to say, Ad?
Well, just on that front, I my last place that I was working, my internship, I remember working with someone who was about 93, and I will say that was such a treat. I have such a respect for older generations because they just have such a wealth of knowledge, and they're like like they're a walking history book. There's so much to be learned, and and the amount of things they've seen over time that have changed, all the different decades and the different ebbs and flows. It's truly an incredible thing. I've really been living in the digital age my whole life.
Yeah.
Although now I remember when we had VCRs, and I thought, my goodness, like I kind of missed that a little bit. It was much easier, in many ways.
Well, I mean, in our house, I didn't even have a cell phone for a long time. Like I was kind of bucking the whole computer in the house thing. But then of course, when I started to work at home more because I had the boys, then those things came in. But I wasn't big on having, like, the boys didn't get to play video games when they were young. I mean, that kind of thing wasn't in our house until we went to my sister's, and she was playing some, like, completely, I think it was like Pac-Man or something, right? That's the first time that the boys
I loved it.
Yeah.
Pac-Man's
Sherry, thanks a lot. No,
Pac-Man
but we didn't bring it into it.
Yeah. No, good memories. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Paula can't wait for a visit.
Paula can't wait to see you.
Ah.
And Derek Carter says 124. What was that, Derek?
That's the time in the UK.
Oh, 124. Really? Okay. Because you're also from the UK, Derek. Right. Gary says I was a war baby, but don't remember a thing. Paula says, you guys are well. We're staying up late for once a week. Oh my goodness. What? That is just that is such a compliment, really, that somebody would do that.
We really appreciate it.
Because I cannot stay up late. I can't. I fall asleep late, early.
Like a switch.
Yeah, I really do. I was going to say something. I don't want to miss it. And I can't remember what it was now. But anyways, Jay Hart says, you just released copies of the 2 best-selling books with all blank pages for people cat. That's funny. Oh my goodness, you are so funny. I don't want to miss anybody here. Oh, still have VCRs and VCR players in my home, Paula says. I love retro stuff. Yeah. And in the great state of Texas, it's 7:33 p.m. It's so good to see you.
I can concur.
Yeah. So, what are your plans for the summer, Addison?
Well, it seems like my plans always change a little bit, here and there. I love structure. I'll be honest. Every day I have a list of things that I intend to get done. And if somehow that crosses over into the next day, those list items move to the next day. That's just how I got through school as well. Because you just got so many different things flying at you all at once. And so in a different way, I feel like that's happening right now without getting into too much detail.
Yeah.
And so truthfully, I'm taking it one day at a time. I love every second I'm here in Texas. And I am currently, while I'm in this season of transition, I am working as like an exercise coach, personal trainer, doing some training for that right now. And working with clients that a lot of it's machine-based and very, very controlled movement patterns, which is great if you're struggling with low back pain or some of these other things. Because one of the ways, you were going to say?
No, I was just going to say you can do that with your visa at present.
Yes, at present, that is something that actually keeps my visa eligible in the meantime.
Yeah.
Because it's a temporary thing that students are allowed to get if you've come here on a special student visa. You're allowed to get this 1-year extension, which allows you to work in some capacity, something affiliated, something that ties into something you learned in your degree over the course of the past three and a half years. So that's where I'm at right now. So far, that's been good. We'll see where it goes, but who knows? This is maybe another thing that I can add to my resume, and that will help me in the long term with my long-term goals. So gotta keep a smile on my face. And how does that one song go? It's a famous song right now in the Christian world, but it's a song called Good Day. And so every day is a good day, and he's the reason why. So that's my motto. And I'm not perfect. I'm very much human, but you just keep one day, one step, one day at a time, one step in front of the other kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So one day, Addison, are you planning on living on Bird Island forever and ever?
Well, certainly intend to visit.
Yeah.
And I think what you have there is tremendous. And I know we've been talking lots about different things, but I just to kind of spin it right back to Bird, and your subscribers and your followers, they know this very clearly from watching your content, from seeing what you're doing there. It really is a special thing. This is a unique opportunity, and to share it with the world, to share it with all these incredible followers, or how would you say it, homies?
Homies, our homies and their friends, and they're just amazing. Yeah,
that's great, and you've really built an incredible brand. So it's just all of the very best moving forward with it, Mom. I truly hope it just continues to grow, and you continue to share. This is really special. It's something special. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, is that we're never going to have arrived, because we always have something new in the hopper, don't we? Always. Like, we've got new ideas and new, we want to build a lighthouse. And yes, Martin, we want a sauna here. And it's just nonstop. And it's always going to be that way, because when you have this size of an island, we could do anything on this, right? But I guess what I was addressing was, do you plan on building a cabin here, Addison, one day?
Oh, honestly, that would be pretty amazing to have a wilderness cabin. And I know, last summer, Ryan and I went on that incredible walk around the perimeter of the island, and we got to look at a few different spots and stuff. And Opal was tagging along, and that was great. So I got to kind of see a couple different spots that you were thinking about, Ryan, when we were talking about it. And
that one spot up on that knoll.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, that would be.
Clear a few trees and give you a beautiful
nice view.
Vista. Oh, yeah. Be amazing.
Yeah.
And the neat thing about it is that we can build unending now that we have the sawmill. And just to let you know, you guys all knew that we were coming here this week with the sawmill. You'll see it on an upcoming episode, and it's epic, but it's here. It's actually here. Cool. So now Addison has all the lumber that he could ever want to build a cabin. And we are hoping that Addison and Micah and Ferris and Lachlan will all be able to come back here one day, build a cabin, even if it's just a summer place to come every once in a while, right?
Yeah. I think summer is definitely, there's a lot of moving pieces in my life right now, but I will say that long term, thinking far off into the future, having something like that it's a beautiful area. And you really feel, one of the things that was at the time, I had just come off I was just starting my clinicals. And so I was about a week, 10 days up there. And I can honestly say how it was just so decompressing. Again, using another chiropractic term. But it was really decompressing mentally. You don't realize how much anxiety and stress can catch up to you in school.
Yeah.
Frankly, it would do me good to be in an environment like that right now, because it's been a bit tough. I got to be honest. And for anyone out there who might be in similar boat to me, or kind of in a crucible moment, I just want to say that you're not alone in this. Just remember that you have people around you that, make sure to surround yourself with people that love you, that care about you, and tap into him as well. I think that's extremely important. And you'll kind of weather the storm out. So
so the transition from being in university and going hard at it, and then going into the work world, and then having issues such as visa issues, the country that there's complications, right? So I think that's what Addison's referring to. And
it's a shame.
But it's going to work out fine.
It's a shame that bureaucracy gets in the way, because it would be awesome if you could just live and do what you want to do there.
Yeah. I think we need to renegotiate the terms between. No, I was just saying, it'd be amazing if it was easy for Canadians in that regard. 100%. I love the United States. It has given me so many good things, and Texas in particular. And I know we've sort of alluded to this, but I love everything about living here in Texas. And my heart goes out to the the families and the children
Oh.
that were affected in this recent disaster. It's absolutely horrible. But yeah, so we'll see. I think long term, I'd love to be back here, and again, take one day at a time, enjoy every moment while it's still here. So,
That's what you see the comment, Addison?
yeah. Any plans to start a practice? Thank you, Charles. Where in Texas is your home? So long term, now this is, 5+ years away. I absolutely would love to start a practice. And currently I'm living in Louisville, Texas, right near the George Bush Turnpike, for those who know where that is. And I can understand if you want to leave Dallas, Houston. Well, thank you, Charles. Yeah, I wink. You had to throw that in there. That was perfect. Yeah, no, I truthfully, I love it here, but sometimes all good things sometimes come to an end, and then you pivot and you move on to another chapter in your life. And that's kind of where I'm feeling it right now. Is it's a new beginning in some way or another. So yeah.
Well, it's a huge new beginning, really, almost in every way, isn't it? You consider that you're done your schooling and you've got that, and now it's just
that's a huge weight. Yeah. That's a huge weight. And I think, talking to other friends and maybe there's other young professionals watching this right now are going to watch this later. Thank you, Gary. Yeah. Chiropractic is it is a beautiful thing. It's certainly not spineless. That's for sure.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah, I know, Mike. That's my sister. That's my dear sister in Ohio. So lots of love to you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, hopefully actually be great to see they have so much going for them in Ohio. It would be awesome to have them on here sometime. I'd love to hear their story.
Oh, I'd love to hear their story too, because they know all about cool stuff.
They got chickens and it's they got all these different little side gigs and little business ventures going on, and it's amazing. So
wonderful life.
Yeah, but lost my train of thought for a moment, but it might come back to me.
Paula just said that she can't wait to see our lighthouse. Yeah, we're so excited about putting that on Berry Point there when you come around the bend. We'd love to have a little lighthouse, right? But that's just one more thing that's on our list of things that we want to do. And it's kind of exciting because it never ends. It never ends. We're never going to be finished, are we?
No.
No.
A lighthouse would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be neat. I didn't realize that was the plan of yours.
Yeah. Well, that's something that we would love to do, is put it right there at Berry Point where the flag is.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Right?
Yeah.
And we can make it work. We can make it work with solar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really neat. Yeah.
Hey, Ads.
Amazing.
Hey, Ads.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming on. Yeah. It's amazing how things come together, but timing was perfect to do this. So don't cut off on yeah, the sawmill. I saw some pictures of it not long ago, and it's looked like a lot of work to put it together, but yeah.
Yeah. And just to get it here was, well, I don't think we can even explain it in words. It would be something that you'd actually have to see.
To believe.
To believe. Yeah. It's so much.
Wow.
It was so much more challenging than I think we thought. Or did you think it was going to be that challenging?
Did I think it was going to be challenging?
That challenging?
I thought it was going to be challenging, but not that challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that it was going to be a little easier. We would get a little bit more help from Pepper. I was really surprised when But anyways, I don't want to give too much away here.
Little sneak peek, though. That's good.
Little sneak peek. Yeah. Wonderful, wild home place to get away, be with God, and be creative, and just get away. Oh, absolutely. Like that. It's hard to feel stress out here because it's just so incredibly beautiful. Like it really is. I'm still struck with it all the time.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll just interrupt momentarily and say that I had to wear this for the stream.
Holm is where our story begins. I love that one.
Yeah. And this hat too, which I picked up last summer, and it's not Bird Island quite, but it is Vancouver Island. The shape. So you see like the trees and the mountains in the back, and I'd have to really lean in here.
Very nice.
That's a super nice one. I love that cap. Yeah.
But just have to. Well, I can't be up there right now. I gotta keep a little bit of home here in Texas, right? So
that's right. Where's Lily? Hello, sweet Lily. I'm just happy that you're here. I'm really glad to see you. Addison, she's saying hello to you too.
Hello to you too.
Yeah.
So glad you're all safe with all the terrible weather right now. Yeah, it's true. It's been precarious, and certainly we saw that as evidence what happened, the tragedy in Caryville. Yeah.
Goodness. Yeah.
Thank you for being so honest and thank you, Paula. Yeah, well, I'm not perfect, but I certainly strive for that. Thank you.
A good guy. This is Micah saying, I think he's hoping to move to Ohio.
Well, you never know. I mean, maybe that, don't know if that's going to happen in this year, but I'm always open to it. Long term, and full disclosure again, I love the US, and I have every intention at some point to return, if I'm, but like I said, life leads you in many different directions. So
things have kind of taken a turn in so many ways that we didn't probably expect,
Yeah. I mean, we even look at, 5 years ago and how the world literally changed directions overnight. Right. And so I sometimes have to kind of tap into that and remind myself that, can't take anything in life for granted. And you plan, and you think you planned hard, and you think you got a good plan. And then things, go a different direction. But you just gotta, how do they say, persevere and weather the storm. And and sometimes that's the safest place you can be without getting too religious here. But I definitely, there's a story that comes to mind from my favorite book of all time that talks a bit about that. So yeah.
Jay Hart says, who wouldn't love a singing chiropractor?
Well, that's interesting you say that, Jay Hart, because even while I was in school, somehow the videos of me singing on YouTube leaked out to my fellow students and to some of my professors, and they thought, oh, that was a big joke in clinic. You're going to be the singing chiropractor. So you kind of serenade people as you adjust them. But anyway, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah.
So what would you like to sing for us, Addison?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm just recently be getting into some of this old, I love some of the old, as they say, oldies, but goodies, right? Oldie, but goodie. And some of those old timer songs, whether it's Fred Astaire, Bing Crosby, some of these old timers, I've really been getting into that recently and trying a few things out, but it's been great. So I love that kind of music. I'm trying to think here. Should I do a little bit of spontaneity, perhaps?
Well, sure you can if you want. But people are probably
noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day. That is like way out of my comfort zone, but hey.
Oh, it's
beautiful. and maybe someone in the chat, maybe just a snippet, you can guess what that song is. That's an old timer. That for sure. Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Which one was it? Getting to know you, getting to know all about you?
Yeah, that's it.
It was? Really?
Yeah.
Getting to know you, getting to know. Neat.
Yeah, but I love singing. I tell you, it has really helped me weather the storm, especially even right now, in this crucible moment. Music has been an avenue, not of escape, but an avenue of solace and of peace and
comfort.
Just comfort. And as I know it, I'm sure it is for a lot of us here as well.
Yeah.
Micah
says, I'm concerned I might hear about any future sawmill related injuries. Please, please, please be so careful. Micah is probably just terrified to tune in anytime. Like she says, it's hard to watch sometimes. Wait, though. Remember, the grand poobah of them all is coming up in remember his accident happened just a couple of days after you guys left, remember?
Yeah, that's right. That was unreal because we just literally just left. I think it was in 2 days after I
Yeah.
got home. I just got back into the clinic doing my thing there. And I came home and I heard about it. And I was just, oh my goodness, because to be honest, it had crossed my mind when I was there. and I was like, uh-oh, you know, like, wow, maybe I wasn't just overthinking that.
Well, do you guys remember when we were sitting out there, you said,
yeah.
So like if something were to happen, do you guys have a plan because you just asked that question.
Yeah, that's true. I was a bit, in my head. So obviously, this is out in the, when we're talking about, I thought, there's another place that I love to go to in the summers it was called Moat Lake, but that's on Vancouver Island. But when I went up to this place, truly, I thought I knew what boondocks was, but no, I didn't realize that until I went to Bird Island. And I will say that from a health perspective and from just kind of my clinical or my developing clinical instincts, I kept thinking about like, wow, like if something really bad happened, like if someone falls off a ladder or if someone gets attacked by a bear, because I knew you had a bear. Has that been? Oh yes, of course. That episode came out with the bear, so I can talk about. I was like, I can talk about that. That's good. But things like that, you just think about it a little bit. And I thought, how quickly can they get up there, get help if something happens? So this happens. Ryan's accident happens, and I thought, So I did a lot of praying. I was praying hard for you, Ryan, and.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. It seems like
definitely there was some angels involved because for sure.
Oh man, it is truly, it's amazing. There's this, I put it as there's almost this fourth dimension that we don't see with the naked eye.
Oh, definitely.
And yet there is intercession and there is intervention that's happening on an extraordinary level.
Yeah. So. He was very, very. I mean, it could have been.
And not only that, the miracle of not dying was one, but the miracle of how quickly I healed.
That was incredible too.
Too. Yeah.
Vertebrae, and I was healed in what?
Very, very short time.
Yeah. That was pretty severe. I, especially when I heard about like the vertebra, I thought that's going to be, when you break a TVP, that's a long haul recovery. So the fact that you're doing as well as you are right now, like it seems like you've almost made how would you say, like scale 1 to 10, how do you usually feel day to day? It's probably a little up and down, but
10.
Oh, wow. Good. So
no, I'm 100% healed. I was 100% healed a long time ago.
Yeah, that's amazing.
February.
Yeah.
So Addison's like being the chiropractor now. So on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, no, I did. That switch turned on a little bit. And I sometimes I think at this point I've seen so many people at this point.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever even say that, but after seeing up to 50 people a day, you begin to say, okay, that's a decent number.
No kidding.
So it's easy. That kind of is not a default mode, but it's easy to turn on that switch and kind of get into that.
Yeah, that mode.
And I'm sure more people with far more experience who've been in this line of work much longer feel the same way, probably even more so because it's more primed.
Well, I'm so thrilled because I've always said, I made if you need something in your life, then you just make it. And so I needed a couple of nurses, and then I've had this spine issue for a while.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, so I need chiropractors too. So
yeah.
And also his brother, his identical twin brother, is also going to probably graduate soon as well. He's in clinicals right now.
Yeah, he's doing that right now, and that's pretty amazing. So
maybe one day you guys will go into practice together. I know you talked about that before, but
yeah, we'll see. I mean, if there's a world where I come back to the US permanently, absolutely, everything's on the table, I think.
Exactly.
Well, maybe when Canada becomes the 51st state. Well, you never know, right? I mean, certainly it would revolutionize my taxes. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Micah, read that.
Oh, that's sweet. Addison's the sweetest, most supportive brother you could ever hope for. Since he was a baby, he's always been compassionate, kind-hearted. This is absolutely a treasure. Very sweet of you, my dear sister. I send all my love. And, I had actually, I tentatively, this is a couple months ago, I had planned to go up there for July 4th, but, things have been a little bit fluid recently in my schedule. So, I would love to see them all, hopefully very soon. Yeah, they're amazing. They really are. Like, I'm so blessed with my 3 nieces who I absolutely adore. And they have an Instagram, and I just want to throw this out there on their behalf. They have an Instagram, and I just want to get this right. The name of it.
Anybody that wants amazing eggs in the Ohio
there we go. Yeah.
area.
That's it. Yeah, it's 3 Sisters Hen House. No spaces, 3 Sisters Hen House. Follow them on Instagram. It is really sweet what they're doing. And so just a little plug in there for them. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Nice.
Wanted to live in Norway, Corliss says. Lost the visa, so you're able to live in Sweden, which was right. Are you in Sweden now? Oh, my goodness.
We lost our visa. Right. Oh, wow. Yeah, visa stuff. Well, I can.
Visa stuff.
Can relate to that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so hard. Oh, look at the comments right after you sang, honey. Yeah, this is.
Oh, wow. So these are from, okay, got it.
Because we're behind a little bit. I'm trying to get up there. But Mike says, getting to know you. She knew that one too.
Yeah. That one is in I think what made it famous, and it was maybe even, I think, wasn't it written for The King and I?
Yes, that's right. With Yul Brynner, right?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Julie Andrews, I think, maybe sang the song at one point.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah.
This is maybe a different.
Linda?
Yeah, that was
the musical. Oh, very good.
That was one of my favorite. I saw the cartoon version of that movie years ago. It was obviously our movie selection was limited, and that was for a good reason. But I actually watched that cartoon maybe a few years ago just to kind of go over the nostalgia, the music, the songs. Anyway, great experience. Yeah.
So Gary wanted to know who sang that song.
Who sang that song? Well, my rendition, and I didn't do a super great job with it, but it's Bing Crosby who's sung it before. Julie Andrews, I've heard her sing it, and a few other singers as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan requires more prayer than most. That would be true. Yeah. If it was me, if I had kids there on the island, I'd remove a part of the barge and, oh no, the kids can't leave. Barge isn't working.
Yeah,
that's cute. You should see the other guy. In your case, you should have seen the bench she crushed. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, dang.
What's amazing is that bench was like the legs were crushed right down to the ground. We got a replacement for it, and it's sitting out there right now.
Really?
Yeah, they gave us a new one, a brand new one. Like
we told them the story. We were honest about it, and they said, "Well, we'll give you another one."
Oh wow! Yeah, I think I saw a picture of it when after it happened, and I thought, wow. And I can say this now because things have improved. Obviously, you're doing amazing. But at the time, I thought, wow, that's the biggest adjustment that you could ever get.
That's true. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
And not a helpful one, certainly. Yeah, not a helpful one.
I heard and it was with you, and he was with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, it is so wonderful to have you on tonight. I love just being able to visit with you.
Yeah. The time has gone by so quickly, I got to say,
So quickly. Hey. So I thought it might be kind of fun to do a little thing with you, Addison. I don't know for those of you who watched the Leaving the Island Away from Home segment, our special presentation, where I did How Well Do You Know Your Mother segment.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be really, really fun to go back and see if he actually remembered any of those questions. So I wanted to go back and ask him again. Addison, this one specifically, how much did I weigh when I was born?
9 pounds.
So remember on that episode, do you remember what you said on the episode?
I don't remember. I just saw the
pounds.
I kind of I lowballed that one.
Oh my goodness.
Pounds.
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
close at 9 pounds.
Well, that's
And
interesting.
then I asked
Yeah.
you, what time of day was I born?
I think, well, I knew I was born sometime around 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I probably, did I say like 2 a.m. in the morning or something?
You said 4:30 a.m.
Yeah. So that, oh, a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
No, it's
So I'll
12:08
go
p.m.
till
But
8. Okay.
You got my
Yeah.
favorite color right. How tall am I?
This one I know. 5'10".
Yes.
Okay.
You said 5'11" last time. And how much
Did
do
I?
I weigh?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I know how much I weigh, to about 200.
Is that
but-
your answer?
Oh no. I'm going to go with.
I'm teasing.
One.
You
I'm
don't
going
have
with
to say anything, honey. It's
Okay.
okay.
Well, I have a good guess, but it's certainly a very.
It's okay. Yeah, so I just thought that would be funny. if
That's
we went
great.
through
Love that. The little. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I should
My-
have prepared some questions myself.
Yeah, you should have. Well, you'll be back on again because you're going to be a fan favorite for sure.
Just like
Martin
Jason.
Johansson said, it's been a long-term dream to convert a lighthouse, but the project's been off and on for years.
Good one.
That's good. And Lazy Days had actually put the link into Three Sisters Hen House.
Oh, perfect.
which little girl's business. Yeah.
Great. Great.
Cute. Addison, the reference to Three Sisters is an Indian thing. Corn supports the beans and squash shades the ground.
Oh,
Do you
very
know
cool.
that, Micah? The reason why Micah
very
named
cool.
it that was because she has 3 little girls and they're 3 sisters,
Yeah.
right? But that's
Yeah.
really interesting.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I didn't know either. Hey, Holly, thank you for coming in. So nice to see you from Gravenhurst, Ontario. Thank you for
Wow.
coming in, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm tall. Yes, I'm too tall. What's her new favorite fruit? Jennifer Ocean Homestead wants to know. Addison, do you know your mother's favorite fruit?
Mango or?
No, dragon fruit.
Oh, wow. I would have never guessed that. I love mango, mango and blueberries. That's always been a big thing for me.
Yeah,
Blueberries.
you love blueberries.
I
Yeah.
love blueberries and yogurt.
He loved the frozen blueberries when they were little. They would
yeah.
just eat them like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
They really are. Yeah. Blueberries do a wondrous thing, at least for the taste buds, but then they do have another effect as well if you eat too many of them. Yeah.
Well, with that, we just want to thank you all for coming in. Thanks so much, everyone. We
Thank you
love
all.
you, and we're really, Oh, got to go feed my aardvark, Jay Hart says.
All right. Thank you all.
Yeah, I know. I love those too. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming in, and
Good
we'll
night.
see you next week. Thank
will.
you.
You take care,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay.
It's not ending. It's not.
Oh.